what's the future perspective on social media? I'm going to show you a couple of trends that are happening now in China. Any idea what this is?
No, like kind of show, but then it's holding in your own room. And you can communicate on the internet with the online viewers.
This is the setup for live streaming. Do you remember the lady I showed you with the banana? Yeah. So she is sitting in her bedroom and she is broadcasting herself to people that are watching her video, watching her live stream online. And they are very professional. They've got a professional microphone and they've got professional lighting. And they always make it look like very pink, very virginish. Serious, because that gets you more viewers. So it looks they make it seem very innocent, because there's a lot of Chinese bachelors that don't have anything else to do than to log into those websites. And there's a lot of loneliness in China. And this is like one way of them to get in contact with the opposite sex. So this is one of the earliest live streams. It's called YY. You go try it out tonight. Go to yy.com. And no, serious. You should have a look. Just go there and have a look. It's mostly young ladies singing.
What do they do? Like, they're not allowed to strip.
No.
They sing? Like, this is the pleasure?
Basically what happens is, this woman is broadcasting herself, and she's getting feedback from her viewers on this side. What she also gets is virtual gifts. So, if I'm one of her viewers and I really like her, I want to let her know by giving her virtual gifts. And that can be like a rose or virtual candy. Some people that have a lot of money actually give virtual cars. So these correspond to a certain monetary value. I could buy, like, say, a virtual car for, let's say, 1,000 RMB. And then YY would get, for instance, half of that money, and she would get the other half of that money. So there are ladies that broadcast themselves that are making like 20,000 US dollars per month broadcasting themselves.
You don't even have to show anything or strip. This is fantastic.
The ones that are very popular, they flirt a lot. They flirt a lot because that gives them a lot of virtual gifts. Some of them dance, some of them sing. This has been around for a while, but this has exploded and also moved over to the mobile phone. So you've now got Inke and Douyu. These are two of the many. There's something like 200 different live streaming platforms. You should really go and check this out. You must have seen this to believe this. Another thing is that if you look at the penetration by age, there's very few elderly people in China that are using social media. One of the things that Tencent is now doing, they are trying to get this age group interested in WeChat. So they're promoting WeChat as a way to stay in contact with your kids that might be working on the other side of China. As long as the internet penetration, the infrastructure, like we saw last week, as long as that does not increase, this is the only real group where they can still grow. Just as we saw the farmers, where Alibaba is trying to grow, because they don't buy a lot online yet. The older people are the ones that are not using WeChat a lot. So that's another trend where they'll be focusing on. So these are the different trends. Another one is paid content. China has already become very willing to pay for content. The live streaming sites are one example, but there are also knowledge sharing sites where you can ask a question, and if an expert answers that, you give them some money. You might give them 10 RMB. So it's knowledge sharing. There is one platform called Funda. It's not the Dutch platform with the houses. But on Funda, you can ask a question to, for instance, a celebrity or an expert by voice message. They answer by voice message, and you pay them, say, it differs for the different celebrities, but let's say that you pay them 500 RMB. Other people can also listen to the answer, and when other people listen to the answer, you get some of their money. They pay maybe only 10 RMB. You get 5, and the celebrity gets 5. So, this is knowledge sharing and paid content. And there's also an overlap with key opinion leaders. They become very important. They're becoming very important nowadays on the Chinese internet, because that's the live streams. That's the social media accounts that everybody is following. So what brands do is they pay some money to these key opinion leaders to, for instance, show their products, or let these celebrities review their handbags or their clothing or their shoes. So what is the future? The innovation will still continue. And every time, for instance, one of the battles that is taking place in China now is for bike rentals. That's something where a lot of companies are now coming up, and there's going to be a consolidation. Just like Uber in China was bought by Didi. Didi is basically like the Chinese Uber. And it's going to continue to take place at a much faster pace. The most innovative platforms will continue to win. And it will integrate into daily life much further than it does now.